this is Master Coriel, and we'll be going over the Green Tip curriculum today. For their actual Taekwondo tests, they will have to be demonstrating flexibility. So we'll be going through each of the stretches that the student will have to show in order to earn the tip. The first one will be the center splits, and there are two ways to do this. The first one is that you can actually go down all the way with your feet apart. Hands go on the floor, make sure the knees are straight, and then you're going to push your legs as far as it can go, and once they feel a sting or a little hurt, they're going to hold this position. We'll hold it probably for about a count of 10 like we do in class. Or the other option is when they're sitting down and then they're reaching down towards the middle. Again, holding that position, pulling the toes back, not letting the toes drop or be relaxed. You want to flex the feet like a side kick position and hold this position for a count of 10. They also can reach over to either side with both hands, trying to grab the foot or the ankle and pull themselves down, the left and right side. And again, trying to go towards the center, maybe hands out to the side, focusing on getting the body as low as possible. If they're here for right now, every time they keep practicing throughout the week, they want to try to get a little lower each time. The next stretch they would be doing is the left leg out, right leg in. So you stick one leg out, the bottom of the foot touches the inside of the thigh, make sure the leg is straight, body is square, and again, leaning forward with the chest and with the chin, going as far as you can. Typically, students only like to reach with one arm, but try to make sure and remind them to reach equally with both sides so that both parts of the leg muscles are being stretched equally. So again, I'm leaning forward with my chin and my chest and pushing down and holding that for a count of 10. Then I would switch and do the other side. Again, bottom of the foot goes on the inside of the leg, body tall, lean forward with the chin and the chest, and slowly reach out with both my hands. Trying to focus on that stretch and focus on my toes. After that, we could do the butterfly stretch, where you high-five your feet together, bring your feet in as close as possible. And again, the common mistake is students like to kind of scoot their bottom back, so they end up doing this type of butterfly stretch. You want to remind them to bring their feet close to their bottom, nice and tight, and then grab onto the toes. They're going to try to get their knees to go to the floor. And if they can do that, a lot of kids actually have this flexibility, a lot of students can have this flexibility. Then they're going to lean forward with their chest and try to get their chin to the floor. A lot of the times they like to smell their toes, try to have them lean forward, chest to toes, pushing the knees down. So I can grab my ankles, use my elbows to push my knees down to help with the stretch. You can also practice the stretch with them too. It will motivate them if you have a parent or a big sister or brother having them practice these stretches together. The next stretch after that is either a half bridge or a full bridge. The half bridge is also known as a tabletop position or the crab walk position. So that's where both knees are bent, hands are behind them, nice and flat on the floor, and they're going to lift their tummy up in this position. From a side angle or side view, hands behind them, feet apart, knees bent, lift the stomach up, and they can also relax the head and look up towards the ceiling. If they're able to do that, and if you would like them to practice the next level, they can try the full bridge. That's when their back goes on the floor, elbows go out towards the ceiling, and again, my hands are flat, and I'm going to push my stomach up towards the ceiling, and my arms are going to hold on to my body weight. So I'm going to push up, arch my back, make sure my head is not touching the floor, and then slowly come back down. If they find that difficult, you can support their back in order to help them get to that position. But that requires a lot of arm and shoulder strength and a lot of back flexibility, which again, this is what the tip helps with. The other two stretches is the upper body push-up. So that's when their stomach is flat on the floor. Hands are on either side like the beginning of a push-up. But instead of lifting the entire body off the floor, we're just going to lift our chest and our hips off the floor, like this. That's going to help them arch their back, and they can look up towards the ceiling. From a side view, hands flat, body flat, arms straight, and look up. Now, if you want to add a little more difficulty, you can have them bend their knees and then try to get their toes to touch their head, and they'll feel a good stretch in the thigh muscles right here. The very last exercise requires a partner, and it's called a back bend. I will show you what the student will do, and I will show you what the parent and the instructor would do afterwards. So the student will start with their feet slightly apart. Their hands are going to go up, and then they're going to literally bend backwards until their hands touch the floor. Now, because students get a little nervous with this stretch, sometimes they'll kind of veer over to the side. The responsibility of the parent and or instructor is that we're going to be kneeling down. We're going to support their back in this motion, and when they are lying down in this position, we'll also hold on to their stomach until their body kind of drapes over our arm or drapes over our leg. And in the end, the back position is going to look, again, like a full bridge. If I was going to do it on the wall, let's see if I can do this. You're going to have your body straight, hands go up. I'm going to try to go evenly backwards, walking my hands all the way down until my hands touch the floor. And then I'm going to try coming all the way back up. But that, again, is just to help them with their back flexibility. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope this helps.